What is our fourth main topic today?
Okay, this comes from Trevor Donegan. Hey, John, big fan of the show. I just read a story on Variety about Dwayne Johnson rejecting Vin Diesel's request to join Fast and Furious 10. Not only did he decline it, but he even went so far as to say it was an example of Vin's manipulation. Even commenting on him bringing up his kids and Paul Walker's death.
Rest in peace.
What do you think of Johnson's comments? And even though you didn't like Fast 9, do you think there's a possibility Fast 10 without Luke Hobbs can be enjoyable? Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in. And listen, we do not normally bring up TMZ bullshit on this show, but when it's something that has a direct impact on the major movies that we are watching and what may or may not come to screen and who may or may not be in those movies and affects it, then it becomes a topic that we can talk about. Look, the phrase franchise Viagra got attached to Dwayne Johnson because when he came into Fast 5, that's when the box office for the Fast and Furious movies started to explode. It's not like Fast and Furious was some big utter failure before Fast 5, but it's you look at the results for the Fast and Furious franchise and then all of a sudden Fast 5. And it's not a coincidence that that's when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came in. And his character is great. The character they wrote for him is great. The Hobbs character is wonderful and all that kind of good stuff. The fallout between Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been so public and so scathing that some of us, including me, I admit this, for a long time believed it was just a work. Like, this is all a sham. Like, this is just Vin and Dwayne Johnson having this. This is wrestling. This is WWE 101.
Right.
You want to generate some heat? Have the former friends becoming enemies and stuff like that, right? And I wouldn't have been surprised. I don't know, Ray, what WrestleMania are we at right now? What's coming up in...
I have no idea.
Okay, let's say...
I'm sorry. Let me check.
Let's say it's WrestleMania 28. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers. I wouldn't have been surprised if the main event at WrestleMania 28 was going to be Dwayne "The Rock"
38.
Johnson. 38.
Holy
Okay.
crap.
Was going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson versus Vin Diesel. I wouldn't have been surprised. But then it started to become pretty obvious. No, this is real. This is real. Because then you even had, my best friend, Tyrese, started commenting on the situation as well. And Tyrese had his situation go down, and it started to become very, very evident that no, this isn't fake. This isn't a work.
The whole posting and then deleting and then
All that kind of this is actually legit and real. Now, it started to look like there might be a little bit of peace because Dwayne Johnson just got married not too long ago, and one of the first guys to put out on social media like a congratulation was Vin. He put out this thing and Dwayne Johnson responded saying, thank you so much, blah, blah. And like, so then it got people like me who look at Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel as mommy and daddy. Because these are like two of my favorite guys in this business. I love both these guys. And I'm like, oh, could they be making up? Could they be making up? And maybe we'll see Dwayne Johnson. Because listen, even if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had been in Fast 9, that movie was so bad, it would have been bad even with Dwayne Johnson. I mean, Dwayne Johnson just suddenly, the character being there wouldn't have made a bad movie good, but it would have been probably more fun to watch. But I'm thinking, maybe there is a chance. Maybe. Little 6-year-old Johnny's like, maybe there's a chance that mommy and daddy, I'm not saying which one is mommy and which one's daddy. I'm saying maybe there's a chance mommy and daddy make up.
Who daddy is.
And I can have a Fast and Furious 10 Christmas with, both of them on screen together. Well, that ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. And whatever little bits of goodwill seem to have like maybe started to been pieced back together, that all seems to be gone again. Because here's the thing. You guys will remember a little while ago, Vin Diesel went public and put out this big public message. Instead of giving Dwayne Johnson a call, he actually got on social media and he wrote out the following. He said this. You guys remember, this was a little while back. He wrote this. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10, Diesel wrote. As you know, talking to Dwayne Johnson, as you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. There is not a holiday that goes by that you don't send well wishes, but the time has come Legacy awaits. I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo, that's Paul Walker. I swore that we would reach and manifest the best fast in the finale, and that is 10. So it's basically Vin Diesel called Dwayne Johnson out. And look, you know, I love Vin Diesel. I will always be a big Vin Diesel fan. I love this guy. But I didn't think that was the right move. And even at the time when that came out, I was like, bringing up your kids and Paul Walker? Really? I mean, I don't get it. And this seems to be something you should be talking about in private. Dwayne Johnson never really responded to it, but he was being interviewed, I think, by CNN. And he was asked directly about it. And this is what Dwayne Johnson said. He said, look, I told Vin directly that I would not be returning to the franchise. This is before Vin Diesel put out his social media message. I told Vin directly that I would not be returning to the franchise. I was firm yet cordial with my words and said that I would always be supportive of the cast and always root for the franchise to be successful, but that there was no chance in hell. There was no chance that I would return, Johnson explained. Vin's recent public post was an example of his manipulation. I didn't like that he brought up his children in the post, as well as Paul Walker's death. Leave them out of it. We had spoken months ago about this and came to a clear understanding. So, if Dwayne Johnson's words are to be believed here, him and Vin Diesel talked, and Rock laid it out. I wish you all the best. I want you guys to succeed, but I'm not coming back. Period. And they ended it at that. And then after that, Vin Diesel puts out this public message trying to get a swell of public support or whatever to maybe force Dwayne Johnson to come. I mean, I don't know. And listen, we are sitting here commenting on only the information that we know. There's probably 90% of the information that we don't know. But based on what we have seen, it kind of looks like Diesel said, look, it sounded like they kind of made up a little bit and said, look, I wish you all the best. I hope everything is successful for you guys, but I'm not going to be in this moving forward, but good luck. And that they understood each other. And then later Vin Diesel was like, Fast 9 doesn't have the reputation. I was kind of hoping it would. I think we need Dwayne back. Better get on social media instead of giving him a call. And I love Vin, but I think that was a mistake. And with them kind of seeming to make peace, it kind of felt like to me, if he had done this right, I think if Vin had gotten on the phone, fired off a text, a DM, just saying, hey, look, Dwayne, I'm sure both of them have some hurt feelings still, and both of them don't like the fact that they've had to fight publicly, and I'm sure both of them are in that spot. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if one of them reached out to the other and said, you know what, listen, can you meet me at that frickin' Wendy's, on San Bernardino? Because
that's where bosses meet. Yeah,
that's the real bosses meet.
Yes.
Can we get to Thursday, 11 p.m.? Let's just sneak in there. Can we just sit down and have a conversation about something quick? And maybe reach out that way, that maybe a bridge could have been built. But it sounds like, to quote Vince Carter, it's over. It's over. A lot of you have no idea what that reference is, but it's over. It's over. Yes. Any hope there was of Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel making up and both appearing in Fast 10 is done. It's done. It's no longer a conversation. It's no longer a possibility. It's over. To the last part of your question that you wrote in there asking, do I think there's a possibility that Fast 10 without Dwayne Johnson can still be enjoyable? Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought Fast 4 was enjoyable. It didn't have Dwayne Johnson. You don't have to have Dwayne Johnson in for it to be enjoyable or for it to be good. It helps. But if he's not there, Fast 10 can still be the greatest Fast and the Furious movie. I'm not saying it will be, but it absolutely can be. You do not need to have Dwayne Johnson there. Is it advantageous if you do? Of course it would be. Would I like to have him in there? Obviously. Does it doom Fast 10 to failure without Dwayne Johnson? Absolutely not. You can still make a great movie. You can still make it super enjoyable. In the midst of the pandemic, Fast 9 came out, and it was a bad movie, But it still made like what, 800 million, Ray? Can you look that up? How much money did Fast 9 make at the box? I think it was right around the 800 million neighborhood in the midst of the pandemic, before people started getting used to going back to the theaters again and all that kind of stuff. So you can still be successful. And if you make it good, unlike 9, if you make it good,
726 million.
726. Okay,
worldwide.
726 worldwide. Thanks, Ray. 726 million worldwide. I mean, look, Spider-Man came out still in the pandemic era, but it's come out when a lot of other movies have come out before it to get some people back in the habit of come. Fast 9 came out when most people had not started coming back to the movie theaters yet. So I think it can absolutely be good. It can absolutely do well. I'm not saying it will, but the chances are still there. Anyway, Kim, you look at this. Let me ask you this. Even in the midst of everything we just read, you think Dwayne Johnson, there's still a possibility he could come back? What are you thinking?
Oy. Oh man, that text, what he put out was basically a text that should have been very personal
and private.
It was so uncomfortable to hear that. When we think about Fast 10, the only thing we should be thinking about is that the family will be fighting Russian ghosts on Dino Gottis, which are dinosaur Bugatti hybrids. And that's the only thing we should be focused on. Dinosaur Bugatti hybrids.
Dinosaur Bugatti.
Yes, that's where this franchise is going.
Tell you, I thought you said dinosaur Bukkake hybrids, and I'm like, what are? Where are you going?
Dino Gotti.
Thank
it's
you
a
for
thing.
clarifying that.
It's family.
You know what? It's family, and it's a thing because the next step in this franchise is dinosaurs and cars. Honestly, this is so uncomfortable. If I told you once in private, it's the date that you let them down really gently and kindly. And then they show up with roses at your family reunion in front of everyone and go, now you know it's not over, girl. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's very over. We're done. No, we're done with this. No, you're not going to see him in that. And if you do, this is the greatest coup. This is a really good opportunity to fake it. And then, we see that shadow come around the corner, and that would be a cool moment. But this is so uncomfortable. Vin Diesel really needs to kind of take a step back. And honestly, I think Dwayne Johnson, to me, he seems like a person who kind of takes this quote from Oprah that I love. Be responsible for the energy that you bring into a space. And it's very clear that when he and Vin Diesel are in the same space, it becomes toxic. It's too much ego.
In Fast 8, some people know this, but a lot of people don't even realize, in Fast 8, even though they're both in the movie, they had to make it so neither of them were ever shooting a scene together because they couldn't be on set together.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
There wasn't enough baby oil on the set. Right? They didn't rub it right. But John,
Yeah.
I just mentioned this to the chat. There is a new franchise, Viagra, and they haven't even been on screen yet. Replace everybody with Tracksuit Mafia.
Tracksuit Mafia.
Oh, yeah.
You are printing money.
Oh, you're printing money.
You got my ticket. Just replace all of them. The Rock with all of them.
We are family, bro.
We're family.
Bro, you lost your bro? I'll be you and your bro.
Oh my God.
Franchise Viagra.
No, but I think when you're making a movie, and The Rock knows this, and this is why I think he's done so well. It takes hundreds of people to put a movie together. The energy is so important because it comes across. We were just talking about Jennifer Lawrence and how you could feel her energy in X-Men, that she was over it. When the energy is bad, it starts to seep into your performance and your productivity. And I think The Rock is smart enough to know, I'm not going to put everyone through this. That's such a diva thing. That's so toxic to the environment of people who got up at 3 a.m. to rig the electrical, and everyone's memorizing lines. And then I got to come here and like toddlers, you got to separate us. I'm not even going to bring that. I'm above that. And I think he should be. And I think it's a good idea that he steps out. And I look forward to the dinosaur hybrids.
Let me say this. The only reason why I returned to the Fast and the Furious franchise was The Rock.
Right.
I didn't watch Fast 9 because he wasn't in there. But Kim, that's a great point. Like, if you're just phoning it in, I don't want to see you on screen. It's always obvious. You know what I mean? If you don't love the product that you're making, then don't do it. So if that's the reason why he's saying no, then I'm all for it. But I probably won't be watching Fast 10 or Fast 11 if there's not someone there that will get me into the seat. And The Rock was that person.
Now, I decided, I put up another poll. Asking everybody, Do you think The Rock will be in Fast 10? Simple question. Got about 500 votes in there right now.
What is it? Oh.
And right now, 85% are saying no. I mean, I think this probably, so 85% of people saying no, The Rock will not be in Fast 10. 15% of people, 15% of our viewers are saying, you know what? I still think he's going to be in there. I still think he's going to pop up. I still think Big Daddy Rock is going to be in there. But that's 15% and like a little over 600 votes now. Okay, 700 votes. 86% are saying no. 14% are saying yes. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. Now that we've seen these new comments from Vin, from The Rock, it seems like this thing is, again, in the Vince Carter over. What do you guys think about this? Whatever your guys' thoughts are, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.